Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. This is your daily crypto wrap up, but this is actually your weekly wrap up because we're going to talk about the weekly close today. I want to show you guys a video that if you haven't seen, you need to watch because I'm not going to get too much into it tonight, but I do want you to watch the video that I'm going to show you. And we're also going to be talking about, the markets and things like that. All right, so let's start with, what do I want to start with? Let's start with CoinGecko here. We got Bitcoin coming in right now, $49,360. And look at that. Ethereum is actually up 0.5%, while the rest of the market is down a little bit. What's interesting is when you look at your biggest gainers, it's not much. You got a 6.7%, 3.9%, not too much. Biggest losers of the day. You have a lot of corrections. You got Gala Games correcting. You have Atom correcting. You have Harmony correcting. You got a lot of corrections going on out there in the market. Really just reactions to the last few days. But let's go ahead real quick and let's check this out. This is the daily for Bitcoin here on Market Cipher. You know, we're always looking for these little green dots. Well, we're going to get a large green dot. The last time, and this will probably come in the next few days, the last time we got a large green dot, look at the run-up that occurred. All of that is from the last green dot. So we should be getting a large green dot at the bottom of Market Cipher B here pretty soon. But I want to check out the weekly because the weekly is quite interesting right now. We just got the close on the weekly. And the weekly ended up closing at, I think it closed at $49,300 and just printed a new candle. So you can see here we closed just above the EMA ribbon. So that is really, really, really good news. A lot of people were waiting for this close. We wanted 52,000 or 53,000. Obviously, we didn't come close to that. But all things considered, considering how big of a drop off that we saw over the weekend, I mean, I think any of us will take $49,300, which is where it's at. Well, right now it's at 48.9. It's been hovering around in this range. And when it's high earlier today, it's $49,700. So we got to get back over 50. Now, what happened in this market dump? Now, yesterday, I talked about this on a video last night. Now, I want you guys to understand, this is not a pandemic channel. This is not a conspiracy channel. Unless you want to talk about frogs, I can certainly talk about frogs. But the fact here is that I'm not going to go too much into what I believe is the larger narrative that's more important to crypto than crypto right now. It's more important to the rest of the markets. I talked about this. I talked about it a little bit last night. I got a report for you guys that nobody has seen. The mainstream media does not even have this report right now. All you got to do, go to BitBoy Crypto on YouTube, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the homepage. You will find our list of shorts here. These are videos I make on TikTok, transfer over to YouTube. This is the latest one. It's called Pandemic Over by March. In this video, I show you guys exactly what is happening. I show you guys a chart that is from medical research in South Africa that will, we've got to wait a few weeks to see. This is going to come to pass, though. Exactly something we were seeing with this variant out of South Africa that is so unique, it could spell the end of this pandemic by March. It's not what you're hearing right now, but this week, a lot of this evidence is going to start coming out. Earlier today, even, if you go see what the guy, the doctor whose name rhymes with Grouchy, he actually talked about this earlier today about how this variant does not seem to be as dangerous as the previous versions. And if you want to see this video with the evidence, go watch this video right here. Here's the long and the short of it. I'll let you watch the video, so I'm not going to really talk about what it says. But what I do want to tell you is this, is that the markets in general got crushed the last week, not just crypto. Why? Because of all this news about this variant coming out. This week, we are going to see the tapering down and the reversal of that narrative as this story actually becomes a good story for the markets. This week is probably going to tell the tape here, or tell the tale, if you will. If we get to the end of this week, Bitcoin is still struggling, and we haven't got back over 50, we haven't got closer to 60, then, we may have to start looking to punt, okay? Now, that may not necessarily be true. Maybe by the end of the week, we have a bad weekly close and then things explode, but I probably don't think that's going to happen. I think this is the week we are going to see the reversal. There is a narrative that goes along with this that you guys are going to be seeing come out over this week. I had it before the mainstream media had it, so I want you guys to remember that. Nobody else has seen this report as of this morning when I posted this video. Maybe it's made its way out, but I want you guys to know this. I still believe in a bullish December. As crazy as it sounds, and as asinine as it sounds, I still believe it right now. I'm also not dumb enough not to reverse course if it looks like it's going the other way. So, we've got large green dots for market Cipher all over the board, including the 23-hour chart. I know you guys love that chart. But the point here is that the 24-hour, the daily chart, we've not seen that green dot yet. We want to see that large green dot. When that pops up, barring manipulation, this will probably be a massive run-up. And, maybe it gets started too late. Maybe it goes into next month. It's hard to really tell right now based on the movement and action from Bitcoin. But I want to know what you guys think. Drop down below. Did you watch the video? What did you think about that video that I made, the short? I want your opinions on that. We're not going to turn into a pandemic channel, so I'm not going to be talking about this every single day. But this is important for the narrative of crypto, which is why I have brought it up. All right, guys, that's all I got. Be blessed. Be blessed. Big boy out.